St Clements. I didn't know what was going on. I ended up back there now. That was the second time. All packing I was held there for 3 months. The furniture covers were dirty and had to be washed. I came back from a walk from the shops and someone had thrown a plant pot through the window of where I used to watch TV, DVDs, videos. Most of the time I was just very bored indeed. I wasn't allowed any exercise. Put it in there against my will this is the second time. And basically I've got a large stomach because of no exercise. And that's because Dr. Bellhouse deciding to keep me there for 3 months on a wrong diagnosis of schizophrenia. But even the first time I stayed there, I didn't get any exercise. All I can remember the first time is a very dirty smoker's room, no bench at the back of the paramore, just a marble slab which is still there now to sit on. There was no basketball net and no football court, just a bench in the middle of a very small garden area. You couldn't really exercise. You're incarcerated with a very large fence. Then the builders came along, and this time they made the garden even smaller. The garden used to be 40 foot across by about 60 foot in length, and basically it made me very unhappy staying there. It was like a prison. I couldn't go out. All I was allowed was a 30-minute walk in the morning, a 30-minute walk in the afternoon, twice a day, and a visit to the shops. I found it to be quite distressing as well. It was a very noisy environment. I was moved 5 times, from one room to another room to another room, down the corridor, walking backwards and forwards, going into the toilet where the light's constantly on, going into the hallway where the lights are on. I couldn't get much sleep at all. At the end of it, after a while it became so hard that I had to ask for a Zopiclone, which I didn't really want. I just wanted to go home and relax and have a decent night's sleep. And it also seems that Dr. Weatherly, or possibly Dr. Weatherly, or one of the doctors at St Clements, deliberately informed the council and the police to drill through my door to see where I was. And on that day I didn't have any inhalers that day, so I had to get a taxi to the council for the new keys, and then I had to go back to my same property with a new set of keys which I shouldn't have had to have. They should have been allowed my old keys. I have the note at home which was written and put on the front door. That taxi fare cost me about £3.10. It's not a lot of money when you're on a benefit. When I look in the mirror now, I see a very large, overweight person before I went into that hospital. It's neglect. It neglected my needs for proper physical activity. All I was allowed was a half an hour visit to the gym, or maybe 40 minutes. That wasn't enough, because I had to burn off more calories. I was eating too many calories and not burning them off. And my appetite became increasingly hungry because I was bored in there, just like the first time. There was no really stimulation, just a couple of TVs. It's just, everything's electronic stimulation apart from the art group, which was only once a week. There's no tennis court there, or nothing to play badminton. The bowling green you weren't allowed to play on. It was for other people. Even the golf course you weren't allowed to go on. That was for other people. Not once did they say, would you like a game of golf? I just had to sit for ages and ages, bored and getting more bored and more bored. If it wasn't for the friendly, not the nurses, if it wasn't for the friendly patients in there, then I would have felt even more unhappy. I was held there in summer, just at the start. Well, it started to get very hot around June, Basically, I had to keep sitting in a corner in the shade. The heat became unbearable. Even you're not allowed to open the windows in the rooms, there's only about a 3-inch gap. So basically, I didn't like sharing a room with somebody, because I'm a private person. So basically, you can't rest. If you're in the back room, of a large double room, and someone keeps wanting to come in and go out again, how can you sleep when you want, or how can you rest, or how can you read when you want? And obviously you have to communicate with them and talk to them, otherwise it's quite rude to ignore somebody. My mental state of mind has never changed. It's been fine since school. I have many, many school reports saying, well done, got on well with people, friendly and polite to talk to people. The first time I went in there, the doctors were trying to find some type of pattern in my brains. They put me under a scanner to scan my brain. I didn't like that either. So all of it was unnecessary. So basically I have to blame the doctors at St Clements for making me overweight,